Madison. Congratulations, you have been selected for admission into the Bachelor of Science in Nursing program. I made it. So you've decided that you want to be a nurse, or you at least want to look into applying to nursing schools, but where exactly do you start? What program do you choose? Do you qualify for a 2-year or 4-year program? Hey guys, my name is Maddie, Karibu tena. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, we're going to talk about how to apply to nursing school and what that all entails. If you're new here, I am a nurse and I love making content for nursing students, nurses, and other healthcare workers. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and like this video, but I'm keeping this intro short, so let's get into it. So first, we should probably talk about programs and applying to programs. Of course, there's different programs out there, so which one's right for you and how long do you really want to be in school? There's a couple options. So the first thing you want to think about is whether or not you want your associate's degree or bachelor's degree. So a bachelor's degree traditionally is going to be a 4-year long program where you take anywhere from 1 to 2 years of prerequisites, and then the last 2 years of your nursing school will be in nursing school. So it's a 4-year baccalaureate program. Most of the time, associate nursing school degrees, you do like once again, a year or 2 prerequisites, and then less time in an associate's degree, so maybe just 1 year instead of 2. You will take your NCLEX, your end exam, and then have the opportunity to go back later for a bachelor's nursing degree. But if you get your ASN, you are still a registered nurse and do still take the NCLEX. Traditionally, most students will get their bachelor's of nursing and they will do a 4-year program. However, there's some other options: accelerated bachelor's program or a normal track bachelor's program. So the normal will be 4 years of school total, 1 to 2 years of prereqs, 2 years typically of your nursing school, and then you take the NCLEX, get your license, and graduate. Accelerated is usually for students who already have a bachelor's degree in something. Maybe you've already gone to college and you've gotten a degree in biology or social sciences or business. It doesn't really matter. Some of those classes will carry over, but you'll still have to do the prerequisites to get into nursing school. But once you're in nursing school, a lot of times they'll instead have like an 18-month long program instead of a 2-year program. Whether or not you just want to get it done and become a nurse and do it in a short amount of time, maybe you have familial obligations, maybe you already work a different job full-time, or maybe it's a financial thing, the Associate of Nursing degree might be better for you, and then you can get your bachelor's later. But it just kind of depends on your needs and what the school programs offer. So now that we've talked about the types of programs and you maybe hopefully have an idea of which program's right for you, let's talk about choosing a program. So what I mean by choosing a program is more choosing a college or a nursing school. So there's more than one route you can do this. Some schools, especially if it's like a state university, will have the nursing program within it already. So they will give you your course sheet for the next 4 years and tell you which prerequisites you need, move right along into the nursing program portion of the school based on how you did on your prerequisites and whether or not you qualify. But it's all within the same school. The other way you can go about it is potentially going to a different school, whether in person or online. Most people choose to do community college because the prerequisite courses are cheaper and it's a little bit easier to get it all done. And then they apply to a nursing school, and the nursing school is specifically a nursing school. Hopefully this is making sense so far, but basically you just need to decide which one is better for you, whether or not you want to do it all within the same school versus maybe saving money doing community college and then applying to a nursing school. But the next thing that you want to look for when applying to a nursing school or program is you want to look for one that is accredited. So basically accreditation means that there is a national institute that checks whether or not the program meets all of the standards and qualities of what a nursing school should have and should offer. And kind of think about it in the same way of like, somebody's got to come in yearly and look at the school's curriculum, what they offer in clinical program to make sure that nursing students are actually going to be prepared to take the NCLEX, are actually going to do well in their clinical class. So hopefully that helps it make it a little more sense, but absolutely make sure that whatever school you're choosing is an accredited program. All right, so now that you kind of have in mind what program you want and what college you want to go to, it's time to talk about the actual application to nursing school. So whether or not you're going to a university that encompasses everything or doing community college and then going to nursing school, you still are going to have to apply to a nursing program. So what does that look like? Well, here are the things to consider, and I would definitely recommend sitting down with your advisor or future advisor if you're looking into and touring potential colleges and programs. And I would sit with that advisor and ask them, what does the nursing school application look like? And a lot of times they will have a form or sheet that lists all the qualifications and all the check boxes that you need to check off in order to actually put in an application. Some of the things that you would see on this application would be the specific prerequisites you need. So you'll need to take anatomy, chemistry, microbiology. Aside from the prerequisite classes, it will also have GPA requirements. So can you get into a nursing school with a lower GPA than what's required? Yes, it is possible. I've seen it happen, but those requirements are there to boost your chances of actually getting into the program. So a lot of times, and it depends on the program, the overall GPA that you need to have will usually be like a 3.5 and above. Whereas your science GPA, so this is taking just your science courses like the anatomy, and taking the GPA that comes from those classes specifically, usually needs to be higher than your overall GPA because they don't necessarily care about the electives. Those are more so that you can get your actual degree, but the nursing schools care a lot about your science GPA because those pertain the most to what you're actually going to be doing. Really focus really hard on those science classes. Some other things that may or may not be on that application will also be whether or not you've worked or volunteered in a hospital before. Now, a lot of times these aren't necessarily required, but they certainly boost your chances. However, this is why you need to look at your programs, because if you need a year to work as a CNA or need some time to volunteer, that way you're not overloading yourself in school, you can see the application list ahead of time and see whether or not it's required or just recommended, which is why you should also watch my video on why you should be a CNA in nursing school, which I'll have linked down below. And there could be more than what I'm listing here, but these are the big guys. So the last thing that you'll have to look at and absolutely get completed is your entrance exam. So of course you hear stuff like entrance or exit exam and it automatically induces some sort of test anxiety, at least it did for me. But the entrance exam is not as high stakes as the exit exam, nor is it quite as difficult as it sounds. So a lot of times the entrance exam is either the TEAS or the HESI test. These will encompass usually anywhere from 4 to 5 different topics, and it's almost like an SAT, but for nursing school, and it's more condensed than the SATs are, or ACTs, depending on what you're taking. It will usually encompass anatomy, chemistry, math, and English. At least those were the 4 on my HESI test. Again, you need to look into it ahead of time and maybe even look at those subjects ahead of time to find out which classes you should be focusing on in case chemistry or math or something is not an easy subject for you. But a lot of times it will have those 4 because you have to know anatomy and you have to know chemistry and math in order for your dosage calculations and medications, and then English just for overall communication. So now that you have all of this information, I hope that it was helpful, and especially in helping you make a decision on whether or not nursing school is right for you and what kind of programs to look for and even how to prepare properly. But I want to say thank you guys for watching. Again, if you like this video, please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for more. I love producing this content for you, and doing those 2 things helps me do it even more. So thank you guys for sticking around. Tutuanana, as we say in Swahili. I'll see you later.